Hi there, welcome to our channel. My name is Laura. Today I'll be doing a collective energy reading for the month of February. The decks that I'm using will be listed in the description box below, so you can refer to that. Collective messages for the month of February, please. Oh, those ones wanted to come out. Preparing for the end of a cycle. This could be to do with your work and stability, home life, finances, Six of Cups. So Nine of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and Three of Wands. So there is progress forward. There is progress forward, but likely you've been feeling a level of uncertainty because you thought you knew the road ahead. You thought you knew at least the first few steps to get there. You thought you made your decision. And then something upset the apple card. But know that this is coming to an end, or that which you know needs to clear out of your sphere is coming to an end, right? There is someone that you are associating with that is on your level, that is a soulmate energy. There's a lot of loyalty there. You've known each other before lifetimes. You're feeling a calling, a sense of calling now. Let's see what else. There is a calling, but I almost feel like there's a block to fully realize that calling for now, because there's something that you need to work through within. With the Hermit card, you're being encouraged to go within. You've got quite a few nines on the table. Now, I want to say that nines, we are in the 9 year, and nines denote preparing for the end of a cycle or clearing or letting go. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Yeah, it has been a long road, and I feel like you know something needs to end because there's almost this sense of desperation, a sense of being hard done by, being misunderstood. Like you've been battling for so long and you're just sick and tired of that energy playing out. But there's a lesson in that. And I feel like you have realized the lesson, even though you might have known that lesson for some time, or you might have had that wisdom for some time. It's almost like you kind of didn't want to acknowledge it. Now, I think that's also because there's someone else involved in that. And so you're trying to be delicate, but the situation is not allowing you to be as delicate as you would like to be, and also there's this sense of not allowing you to fully step into your power. You're being shrouded, you're being kept in a box, you're being interfered with in some way. With the King of Wands, this is encouraging you to really step forward on your own. The King of Wands can be that entrepreneurial energy. But you see how there's the lion in this card. So the lion, that's all about courage and strength. And it reminds me of the Strength card in that you have that gentleness about you and that connection to spirit. And though you can stand firm, you still do it in a gentle way, which is wonderful. There's this sense of knowing you're going to have to go this alone for a little while. And that's because it's also on top of the Hermit card. But with the King of Wands in this deck, this is the Rider-Waite Tarot, I get this sense of very heart-centered energy, but knowing that this journey really is a solo one for the most part. Even though you might have people around you, you're very much a solo energy. Yeah. Okay. So for the collective, we might feel this as a discomfort of wanting to move forward, knowing you need to move forward, but feeling like you can't quite get to that point, feeling held back in some way, feeling apprehensive, feeling like you don't want to upset the apple cart, that kind of thing. Okay. But I was hearing the leopard doesn't change its spots. So perhaps you're hoping for a situation to change and you feel like you're getting the message from the other party or other people involved, that there are changes, but then, or you're hoping that the changes, but you still feel like you know the changes aren't going to happen. And that's that energy. Page of Swords, you're being asked to not look back. Don't worry what other people say. Yes, there's people talking. There's people talking. There's a very fine line. There's people who are walking a very fine line at the moment. To your face, they're showing one side, but behind your back, they're showing another. And that's because you're not following suit. You're not stepping into line. You're not stepping into line. There is some learning to be had now, whether this is actually study or workshops and those kind of things, or reading, or it's more about an internal learning. There is learning to be had, and you are having some light bulb moments. I feel like you are receiving that insight. You know what needs to be done. You also know what needs to be said, but you haven't said it. But you will. There will be opportunity for you to speak your mind. Knight of Swords. Things are going to start moving quickly. I want to say that you are protected, but that also means that you're being guided or pushed out of a space. And that is because you're being protected. There's an energy or a person in this space to do with a certain situation that has prominence in your life right now that is not serving you anymore and actually is kind of toxic in its own way. And you might already know this, but you kind of haven't had the... actually, you have had the evidence of it, but you've downplayed it for it's actually much worse than you make it out to be. 10 of Wands. This is coming to an end. Now, but that makes way for a brand new beginning. And with the 10 of Wands, it's kind of like this is all a burden for you. It's actually not comfortable. You're carrying the weight of others and you're carrying all this weight upon your shoulders. You can't see where you're going. If you were to place this down now, you'd be able to more easily navigate the terrain forward that is necessary for your growth, for your evolution, for your happiness, for your fulfillment. Okay, we have two more cards. 7 of Wands. This is reiterating the need to go within, because some things that used to resonate and fit with you do not anymore, and that's because you've stepped up or you've shifted into a new vibration. Not saying you're better or worse than anyone else, but you've shifted into a newer vibration, and so some things can't come with you to where you're going. Look at me, Italian and talking with my hands. 10 of Pentacles. So you're seeking more stability. The reason why you don't have it is because your energy is being funneled into other directions that are not serving you and your purpose. You do have those around you that are loving and loyal, and you have support, but you refuse to see where you need to let go of other things, or you have in the past, and now you're trying to make up for lost time. Don't worry about that. Just worry about making choices in the moment. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's see. We'll get some oracle cards now. With so this is the elemental oracle. First, just a couple of cards. Let's see. There's so much going on externally to you that you're finding it hard to really be still. You might need to go outside, ground, cleanse your energy, because you're trying to hold the weight of the world on your shoulders, and that's not your responsibility. You need to be clearing it, cleansing it, letting it go. Letting it go. Release, release. Fill up your cup. And one way to do that might be to listen to music or sound healing. Go into a sound healing session. Listen to something, number one, if you're feeling certain type of emotion, to release that. Whether it be you're feeling anger or you're feeling sadness, listen to music accordingly to let it out. And then listen to some happy, beautiful, soulful music to really nourish your soul. Or sing if you like to sing, chant. Yeah, it's definitely this emotion that is weighing you down. So you had the Joy card, which was music the Lake card, which is all about depth, going within, listening to your emotions and listening to what they are telling you, because you're getting a lot of insight through your emotions, but you're ignoring it because for some reason you don't trust it. I think maybe that's because if you are empathic, you might have gone through a stage where you were very unconscious about it, and so you were very confused with what was yours and what was someone else's, and so now you kind of learn to like ignore it a little bit, but you're being encouraged to clear out what isn't yours and sit with what is, what you need to address. Also, you've got discipline, time. Now there's two things with this. I feel this is saying to you that you haven't wasted time, all in its time, but it is also saying that you need to make time. Make time for yourself. Make time for the things that you want to do, achieve, what you enjoy. You need to make time for it. There is no more putting it on the back burner. That's a very firm message. The key to your success is in the time that you spend doing those things. It is not the pushing, it is in the time you spend. And also being in alignment with your truth. Not forcing, being in alignment with your truth. Being who you are, not what you see going on around you. It's easy to get lost in the sea of what everyone else is doing because we live in such a visual and a digital age that it's all in our face all the time. So we can lose a sense of self. Pull it back. Take that time away from social media and really be with yourself. Who am I? What do I want? What do I want to achieve? How do I want to achieve it? Or more to the point, what speaks to my soul? And then really figure out how you can share that with other people. Yeah. Okay, the Divine Masters Oracle. What else is coming through? It's funny. Manifestation Vortex, Horus. This is all about what you're putting out, because you really do, what you put out, you do attract back to you. So watch your words and your thoughts, but also sometimes those words and thoughts are showing you something, whether it be for the positive or it's something that you more need to address. Use your intuition at this time. It's telling you a story. Things are unfolding. And I almost get this sense of knowing that there is something coming, knowing that there is a shift, knowing that there is change that will happen. Not sure if you need to instigate it or if it's an external source that will instigate it. And so that's where there's this, I want to say confusion. That's where the confusion comes from. You're not sure, you know that there needs to be change and you know you need to make a change, but then you almost feel like, is it me that needs to make the change or is there a change coming? So get out of your head and just focus on the moment, because you'll know when the time is right, if that is the case, that you need to make a change, or yeah, when it's done, it will be done. I'm hearing when it's done, it will be done. When it's time, it will be time. You'll know it's time. So you don't have to do anything. You just need to bide your time. Time is a construct and an illusion. But it does serve its purpose in this sort of reality, because we do need to adhere to it. We have appointments and such. This one, Guru Ram Das, miraculous moment. This speaks to miracles, but this also speaks to allowing what will be to be and trusting in the divine, that spirit really does guide you and support you, and you can have good things in your life. You have a good, kind heart, so really allow yourself to trust the process and the unfoldment, because you really are being supported at this time. And as light workers in general, or healers, however you resonate, there's really this call to trust, because we can feel so intensely what is going on in the world, the confusion, the discomfort, the fear, all of those kinds of things. We can feel them, but we must hold our own in the midst of that, in order to allow the divine to take the lead in our life, and to allow the light to really hold space for others as well. So it's really about maintaining your energy and your vibration, and trusting that everything that is meant to be will be. There's nothing that you can do to change that external, what's going on externally, other than, not to say you can't make change, then first starting within yourself. Yes, and take action, speak up when you need to speak up, and fight for those rights that you want to fight for. But it's also about what goes on within. There's so much power from the heart, that comes from the heart. From the knowing that you're not alone, from the knowing that you are here in a physical body having that experience, but you are not just of this world. And so all that happens in life is just, a playing out of certain themes, certain lessons, certain beliefs. It's a playing out. It's like a play. Not to say it doesn't matter, but in the grand scheme of things, it is just that. It is every moment adding up to a whole, rather than a whole broken down into different moments, if that makes sense. And each moment you can choose to change the trajectory just by holding true, speaking your truth, changing directions, making a choice, sticking to that choice. It's not all set in stone. Therefore, cannot be a whole pathway mapped out for you. It is little steps that add up. But you have a lot of power in the moment. So what you choose to focus on is what you will play out in your life. What you choose to focus on. So what do you choose to focus on? Maybe we'll just have this card to finish off. Sopdet. Cosmic power. Unlimited potential. This is literally about a shift happening. There is a shift happening, and you are more fully standing in your path and your purpose. And so this is where you are headed. That's why there's that discomfort, because there's a change happening, and you almost feel that really strong pull and calling, but physically you feel stuck. So that's why it's so uncomfortable and confusing, but that's just because it's coming, and you're in the midst of that shift. So in the midst of that shift, you might call it an energetic shift. You can get the sense of, if you like, two different timelines. That's why we have the time card too. Two different timelines. And physically you might feel like you're in this timeline, and part of you is, but you're already partly in that new timeline. And so that's where the discomfort is, because you're almost operating in two spheres, which you cannot continue or will not continue, because you will need to choose as well, moment to moment, where you sit. And that will happen naturally. Yes, so I might leave that there today. Thank you very much for joining me. And I hope you join me again. If you haven't liked and subscribed, that would be great. Thank you.